Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pega Insider 3, and here we are again back at it. Today, we will be having a lot of important questions and a lot of things to discuss. So, I hope everyone has been waiting. I saw you guys chatting earlier. Who wants money? I mean, who doesn't? So, Sir Corey, can you speak for us?
Hi everyone.
Okay, there we
Hopefully
go.
you can hear me.
We can hear you
Okay.
loud and
Okay.
clear.
Just a forewarning for everyone who's new here. I have trash internet, so I'm likely to turn into a robot or just freeze
Most of the time.
at some point. So don't judge me. Okay.
Simmer. So, how is everyone doing in the chat right now? So, we are aware that we haven't been asking you guys how you guys are doing every time we do Pega Insider. So I won't be
Oh,
asking Corey to say ooh again. We've done it before. So
we done. That was only for the OGs.
yeah,
Only
it
for the OGs.
was only
It's
for the
done.
first.
I was a meme. Whatever.
It's never gonna happen again, so it should be good now. Good evening. Hello, good evening everyone. So now let's
Hi
proceed.
everyone.
There's a lot of people that has just been starting their days,
Okay.
and we good morning to everyone and good evening, whichever time zones you are in. Good afternoon. If you guys are about to sleep and Pega Insider just came into you, I mean, we suggest actually listening to it. There's a lot of things that we will be discussing, and I suggest taking notes if you want to make the most out of it. So, Sir Corey, without further ado, a question that everyone has been bothered by, or at least everyone that has been asking. Um, how much do stadium costs? What are the important informations that we should know?
Okay. So I guess we're diving right into it, which is fine. If I cut out at some point during what I'm saying, please let me know, and I'll repeat it. So yeah, firstly, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I know that you're all so hyped on stadiums. You can't get enough of them. Now, how do I say this? Stadiums are not happening like next week. So
Yeah,
stadiums are definitely happening, for sure. There's just a lot of things that we kind of need to prepare for. As you guys know, we want to do that with VIS, so burning VIS. We want to incorporate mechanisms where possibly we're even burning Pega in the process. So there's a lot of things that we need to consider. However, on price, I have honestly right now I have no idea. I can't even tell you guys because we haven't sorted a what I would call a sufficient method that satisfies everything. And when we do come up with that method, then we need to hit a certain threshold. If we go ahead and burn 40 million VIS right now, and there's 1 million VIS left, that is not wise. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So we probably need to get enough VIS in circulation to where when we burn it, it's a pretty cool event. However, it doesn't cripple the economy because that would, again, not be wise. So yeah, right now, just chill on the stadiums. As soon as I know, you guys will know, then you'll be able to prep. But it's likely it's going to be sold in VIS tokens. No profit to the company. We won't get anything for it. It's really to assist the economy in general. I think it's unique as well. I haven't seen a company or a game in general do that. So yeah, just chill in the stadiums. It's going to be in VIS, so I'll let you guys do the strategy that you want, whatever. How many are for sale? I don't know. Yeah, that's legit. I mean, you probably got more questions now, so sorry.
actually, I just want to mention that I've made Miss Daisy. So if you guys are a member in our Discord channel, Miss Daisy is our lead support. So she is a moderator for the stream. And if you guys want to your accounts to stay safe, you should definitely not say something bad because she could ban you from the chat.
Definitely not win Lambo. We've been through this before.
Yeah, we've been through this before. Especially, oh, by the way, I would like to make a shout out to all the support team. If you guys are here, tag me, tag Pegaxy official in Twitch so that I could give you the moderator role. Anyway, let's proceed to. Actually, the
Cool,
thing
cool.
about stadiums, it has been mentioned in the white paper that should we do it first? Should we reach the daily active users first, or will it be from what you've mentioned? Um, Having a set target for
Sorry.
VIS. Okay, there you go. You good?
Um, so what was the question? Sorry.
Oh wait, you got disconnected. Okay. I was saying that it was mentioned in the white paper that daily active users is the target before we release stadiums on quarter 1 of 2022. Would that be the target, or will it be VIS still, as you mentioned?
Uh, we don't know. Now, this is something that I'll explain a little bit later
Hmm.
for you guys, but there's going to be some changes, and I wanted to make sure that everybody is here so that you guys are aware of what's going to be coming. There's absolutely going to be changes that are happening, so that means there's going to be some moving around of the roadmap. Um, yeah, so it's just not a bad thing. It's more so just because we have more clarity on where things are going. So yeah, it's a interesting one. I'll touch on that a little bit later to give you guys a bit more of an idea. But yeah.
Okay, so for those first-time comers Pega Insider, we will be answering the questions later on after we tackle all the important questions first. And now we
Mhm.
shall proceed to the next questions because I hope that Corey was able to make things clear for everyone about stadiums. Now, why is breeding cost so expensive? Will it be reduced?
Oh, I froze. My bad.
Okay, you're good.
I assume it was the VIS question
Hmm.
about breeding is expensive,
Yes.
and okay,
Will it
so
be
yeah,
reduced?
a lot of questions, people coming into the Discord saying like, VIS is expensive, breeding is expensive. Are you going to reduce the price? I understand where you're coming from. Totally understand. Like, because a lot of people came from Axie where they did adjust the price generally when it was too expensive. But for us, we take a different route. Um, we understand that you guys earn VIS in the game. Like it's as a scholar, it is free to earn. Now, I personally don't believe that it should be too easy to breed. It should be something that you strive towards. Producing a new Pega is amazing. And if you're able to do that, then all credit to you. But it shouldn't be something that oh, I froze.
We
Sorry.
hear you, but
Um,
you keep freezing.
my bad.
That's okay.
Crappy internet. I'm sorry. But yeah, so right now, it's not looking at a USD perspective. I guess that's the easiest way to say that. Some people are like, "Oh my god, it's $4,000 to breed." It's like actually, it's just X amount of VIS that you earn via playing the game. That's what we need to think about in this
Hmm.
scenario. So, to put it short, there's no change in the foreseeable future, um, independent of the price. I'll speak about prices and stuff like that later as well. I do want to touch on it because I'm a little bit worried for some of you new guys that are coming in. But I'll touch on that later.
Hmm.
I will just bust through these questions as quickly as possible.
So the thing about VIS is it's definitely going to be the one you've earned, not about how much it costs. Correct, Sir Corey? So for the
Yeah,
Filipinos here
yeah,
that
yeah.
is looking for a translation, basically VIS na na-earn nyo from the game itself, yun yung gagamitin nyo. Hindi siya gagamitin based on kung ano man yung amount niya, kung magkano siya. Basically, kung ano man yung na-earn mo sa game. Kasi you can really rent a Pega for free without spending anything aside from Matic tokens as the gas fee. However, yung pinaka ano kasi doon is the more you play, the more you will earn and the more it will feel great or at least parang magkakaroon ka ng sense of achievement kapag nakapag-breed ka kasi pinaghirapan mo or you've worked hard for the VIS every single time that you've play the race. It took you weeks. Yeah, it can take you weeks because mine took weeks before I was able to breed my first Pega, and it actually feels really good. And I was able to get the names that I want to, and yeah, that's basically how the
Yeah.
process works. And now, proceeding to the next question, do you have any tips for those people that are holding a lot of VIS?
So this is just in general.
Mhm.
I want you guys to be. So there's a lot of new people, as you guys are aware. Things are getting a little bit out of hand, and it's important that you guys do pay attention to the long-term side of things. But also, the simple fact is, we're in crypto, and it's dangerous, very, very dangerous, and everything is not forever up. I need to stress that to you guys always. You see VIS price going, to stupid levels potentially. Even now, it just keeps going up and up and up. If you look at the chart, it doesn't. You know what I mean? It just keeps going up. But we need to remember. I think I'm frozen, but hopefully you can hear me.
We good, we good.
We have to remember that the way the cycle works, there's going to be selling coming in the future, guys. Like, they've just locked up. The VIS is just locked up. Now, the unlocks don't happen perfectly every 15 days. They happen every single day. More VIS is unlocked because it's dependent on when you started the game. But you just have to remember that it does come generally in waves of some sort. So, yeah, I really need to stress that, guys. Don't buy any of this. This is not investment advice. This is just don't get wrecked. Like, don't get emotionally attached to this stuff. It is so dangerous. You have a lot of opportunity, every single day on the uprise and when things go down as well. You just need to make sure that you guys have a plan for if it does go bad. I'm frozen again. For if it does go bad, you know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, if the price is going down, you didn't purchase it at the top because you were accumulating Pega that's going to earn you VIS, something like that. So just again, please, 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 please be careful. This is serious. People are out there, actually trading this stuff, looking to make off the trading, and
I
they don't care
agree.
about the game.
Yeah,
So
better be
the
careful.
price is going to move independent of what you personally think. If someone with more money has a motive of they want to make some money on the when it pumps, happy days, they will sell it. And there's some people with a bunch of Pega as well. So again, I'm not. I just don't want you guys to think that there's hype or something like that. I just don't want you guys to get wrecked. That's it. Yeah.
I've been trying to hold my laughter since we are talking about VIS. I mean, they should be able to get the message there. Basically, try to keep or try not to be emotionally attached to VIS. The reason why I'm laughing is because Corey keeps on freezing, and especially during the bad moments when he's making a funny face, and everyone in our group chat, the moderator team, is laughing because our boss, actually one of our boss, said something that Corey might need an internet allowance to improve his internet. So it's actually making me laugh. So anyway, going back to VIS as the topic, what Corey said was try not to be emotionally attached and know how the game works. Just don't try and invest in crypto. Try to know how the game works so that you would know how to manage that VIS as well. And we will be releasing tutorials as well on how to sell it and all those things. So guys, better be updated. Social media links are down below on this official Twitch channel for Pegaxy Official. And now looks like Corey got frozen again, but looks like he's back. Welcome back. Now,
I changed my internet. I changed my internet. Let's hope this works.
okay, you still kind of lag
Oh,
for a bit, but I guess we're doing that good now. I think that's a lot better since you're not freezing every
okay.
single minute. Now, going back to the next question, since we're done with VIS And I've been seeing a lot of questions here, especially when it comes to Pegas. Why is balancing hard? Do the devs see the issues? Are there any pay to win type of scenario happening in Pegaxy? Can you give us a bit of information on how the win rates for Bloodlines have been occurring this past few weeks?
This is an interesting one, and I hope that the ones that are really mad, I hope this does address it okay, enough for you at the least. Um, Essentially, what we're building doesn't involve RNG. It involves a lot of, I guess, elements and variables. However, again, it doesn't involve RNG. So what we need to build right now is that on top of RNG, so that when we do introduce, player controlled and stuff like that, it's not just at that point in time. We don't need to focus on building that entire system in 6 months' time. We're building it now as we go, so that when we can introduce player controlled, we also have the elements integrated. Now, I know a lot of people are also confused on it being 100% RNG. That's not the case. You've got so many variables dependent on the track and the Pega itself. That's really, really important that you guys do understand that. But also, yes, we definitely do see that there is issues with some getting unbelievably crazy streaks. You know what I mean? Like we see it. That's pretty obvious. So, really, what the devs are working on now, and I just wanted to get you guys on here to, I guess, announce it in short, is that I would say within the next, probably going to be sooner, but I would say within the next 7 days after the testnet testing has happened, it's likely that we will have an update that's a little bit more complex than what we have now, and we're looking to solve those issues. So, a hot take would be to probably don't purchase Pega on results. That would be the least wise decision right now, because the game doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? There's not crappy Pega and not good Pega. There's no pay to win. If you pay $3,000 for a Pega or you pay $100 for a Pega, the $100 Pega can beat it. So yeah, that's just what I want to let you guys know, is like the intention for the game is to be random results, independent of which bloodline. However, right now, the trend is just kind of going all over the place. It's not really dependent on the bloodline right now. It's just some Pega for some reason are pumping, and some Pega just like suck. But we obviously see that, so we're fixing it. So don't stress. Just the game's been out for like not even 1 month. This is the third week, so just give us a little bit of time. Obviously, it's going to be fixed. Just don't go crazy on purchasing Pega with good results, because very easy next update that could change.
That one thing that you mentioned there, actually, I've noticed it. I was trying to research around if I could, check how the market is going. There are some Pegas that are going some massive amounts because they have a very above average win rate. So let's say around 40%, and they would have a lot of, prices, basically from a 700 USD Zan, which is in the Pacer level. And there's a Pacer Zan that I saw that is around 2000 USD, just because it has 40% win rate, is surprising.
Yeah,
I mean,
just be careful. Like that's it. That's all it is. Please just be careful.
mm,
Like obviously if you want to buy it, by all means feel free, but it's dangerous. That's not in the intent of the game. Before you come into this game, you should be doing research. And that's why I wanted to do this and get as many people on as possible as well, because very, very important that you understand that, especially when you know that it's going to be player controlled eventually. So those results won't even matter. Like it's going to be on you. So just, yeah, chill for a little bit on the results. There's going to be updates. There's going to be so much stuff coming. So don't stress. All right, next one.
been seeing a lot of buffs that. So calm down, guys. I mean, it has been mentioned that the devs, are aware, and especially Corey. Corey knows what's happening in the
We
game.
know for sure.
and that's definitely gonna happen. Would you like to answer this question, because I think there's still a lot of people wanting to know the question too. When will be the airdrops coming? Have you guys decided on
Airdrop.
how to give it away?
It's just having enough time on our hands. So obviously, there's moving forward. There's going to be just like different types of airdrops. The main airdrop people. There's a lot of new people again, so we need to make
Yeah.
this obvious. Like the airdrop isn't tokens. The airdrop is an NFT, which is a profile picture NFT, which is the Pega that you hold. Whichever founding Pega you have, it will auto sync to what the Pega looks like, and then you can create your profile picture with that. However, um, we're still undecided whether we're going to give that to current holders or the ones that minted them. Difficult one. So yeah, just chill. The airdrop's not going to be like, it's probably going to be 2022, like early, obviously. We just need to make sure that we don't, you know, upset 90% of the community. It's not the way that we want to go. So yeah.
So definitely something to research still, since there's a lot of people that bought those early founding Pegas ahead of time. So definitely something to work for. I hope everyone got that perfectly. This time, the next question is actually going to be a leak coming from none other than Sir Ken. I don't know if he's watching right now, but this guy keeps on
Very
leaking
good.
new things. I mean, every single time that there's going to be a Pega Insider, there's definitely going to be something released. And if you guys haven't seen it, I have the image ready. But of course, I will ask, is it okay if I show this to everyone in here?
Everyone freaking saw it anyway. He just posted it.
All
So
right,
might as well.
might
So
as well
yeah, I
show it.
guess I guess the question is going to be about the
Mm-hmm.
the mobile game. I'm not too sure if it's showing just yet, but essentially, yes, we have the been working on the mobile side of racing. So as I'm sure, if you were here early, you will be well aware that our goal was always to create remove bottlenecks essentially and be mobile focused. That's always been the goal.
It
So
seems
what you
like a
see
lot
now
of
is
them haven't
super
seen
simple.
it yet.
Yeah. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I can see them. But yeah, it's always been a mobile focus. That's the direction we're going to do. So the goal is, this isn't a promise, but the goal for this month, uh, December, is to try and get that demo. Like it's a pretty early beta, um, a pretty early beta of the mobile racing. I don't think you're going to be able to do all of the stuff on it straight away. For example, how Axie is just like play the game for now. Probably ours is going to be similar to just that. And then I guess that kind of leads into the 3D game side of things. This is another question that we get a lot. When 3D? So uh, this is more focused than mobile right now. 3D on desktop. If we get 3D on desktop, we're pretty well good to submit over to mobile. But right now we just need to make sure that we do execute the desktop um, by the end of December, I guess. So yeah, you should be seeing, fingers crossed, if everything is going well and going to plan, like Christmas, I guess. Around Christmas time, you should see the 3D game deployed. Now, I want to remind you guys that the 3D game is not player controlled. 3D game is just to give you something to watch that is better. However, player controlled is in 2022. Yeah, but anyway, mobile game. Fingers crossed. You should have at least a beta by the end of the month. No promises though. I don't want to promise you anything, but yeah.
It's a good thing that you've made this clear, because I think a lot of people confuses 3D release for the desktop version, the same with player control. So basically, player control is, I mean, 3D release is hoped to be released this late December. Is that correct, Sir Corey?
Correct.
Okay, and that won't be directly the update as well. the same as player control. So player control will come after a bit more time. So uh, it's in a different date of release. Basically, releasing 3D game will just give you a better aesthetic feel on playing the game. You would see a lot more, through the races that you've been seeing.
This
We're
feels
watching
better.
2D.
It
Yeah,
just
it
feels
feels a
better. Like
lot
we're not
better.
in Video Carrera or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, something like that, definitely. Um, the next is breeding event. Are we going to have another breeding event?
Breeding event. Uh, we were thinking about it. It wouldn't have been a discount breeding event. I should make that clear. We were just thinking of doing something for like Christmas, but unfortunately, we just don't have the hands. Like, there's just too much going on. It's either like you guys have a Christmas event or you get the mobile game. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty obvious right now, unfortunately. But there's so many events through the year, so don't stress. It's just Christmas, and there wouldn't have been any discounts. So yeah, we just right now it's just too busy, unfortunately.
True.
But we'll do something for Christmas, I guess. I don't know, but it probably won't be in the game. Maybe we'll do a Christmas giveaway or something like that. But
Ooh.
yeah, I don't know what's after Christmas, like Easter or something. Maybe we'll do an Easter event where if you breed a Pega, it has bunny ears. I don't know, something like that. I don't
Wait, that's
know.
really cute.
Who
I would
knows?
love that. I mean,
It
cat
would be
ears
cute, but yeah,
for November or something, something
whatever.
related
I
to
don't.
that. I mean, yeah.
Something Filipino, something Brazilian. I don't know.
So yeah,
Like we'll do something cool for them. Yeah.
so basically, what Sir Corey just said there, if you guys weren't able to get it, um, it's either one or the other. Would you rather have another event, or would you rather have the official game release for mobile? So, which would you prefer?
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be the
I'd be
mobile release
interested.
because you would love to play it a lot more better. So
Mm.
yeah, before we incorporate another event, I mean, at least before we release the event, everyone would have the capability to play the game both on desktop and on mobile. So there would be more players, more chances of everyone enjoying all throughout. Because if we release the event now, of course, mobile users won't be able to enjoy the event as well. So now let's proceed to the next question, which is roadmap review for 2022. I have
Yeah, this is an important one.
okay.
Important one.
I'll leave this one to
Mm.
you. A lot of
Yeah.
things definitely will be mentioned here.
So a lot of things have changed since launch. As you could expect. Uh, yeah. As you can expect, like as we're building, as we're developing, things come up, better ideas come up, community suggestions. We need to move things around. So in a sense, the exactly what's on that roadmap is going to have to be fluid. If we try to stick to it to a T plus the times, there's just going to be forever delays because we're going to be releasing stuff that is half broken, XYZ. We've been through that already if you were new. So, likely what we're going to be doing is in the next 7 days, the team in Vietnam is going to be getting together and really just doing a review on looking at the roadmap. I just wanted to let you guys know uh, ahead of time, really, that there may be some changes in the timeline. For example, you may have a clearer timeline on when the stadium happens, but it might be towards the end of Q1, for example. So there's a lot of, I guess, just things to consider. Uh, I, ju- I just really wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of it before we just drop changes on you because that's not the type of company that we want to be. But yes, unfortunately, I guess fortunately as well, our superpower is simply a human superpower is that you can change, and the reason we change is to get better. So yeah, don't be too harsh on us. Things will come closer, but things will also get further away. I think that's just important to note. So I just wanted to make you guys aware, and then as soon as we do the review and give you guys some better timelines, we will put it in the white paper and on the website,
So basically,
and that's it.
some of the updates will be delayed, or will it be improved, or will there be added
Yeah, both.
features in the roadmap?
They'll be added, they'll be removed, they'll be moved around, like probably not any removed, to be honest. But yeah, there's like I don't know, just changes really. That's just what it is. Yeah, there's just changes. There's going to be changes. I guess you're probably going to be more excited for it than anything.
So for the new players, they won't be able to know what is the difference between the old roadmap to the new one. So definitely something to look forward to, especially if you're a new player. Anyway, going back
Yeah.
to the next question, this is something that a lot of players are requesting as well, and that is the manager dashboard. When are we going to have the manager dashboard? Do we have an ETA on when will it be released, and what can we expect from the new manager dashboard?
Manager dashboard, I think, is actually pretty exciting. We're like it's like the first one we've ever done, that's ever been done. I think on a game naturally. So we are building it. I made the announcement the other day. It seems like on Discord I made it. It seems like the most interactions we've ever got on an announcement. So it's pretty clear that people want it. But yeah, so that's being worked on at the moment. We do obviously always want ideas for the manager dashboard. I think we've got a general idea of what's required, obviously, because 90% of us come from an Axie management background as well. So we know what people are looking for, but we're going to miss some stuff. So again, I would probably say, hopefully, fingers crossed, there might be a beta by the end of the month, but I doubt it. You're probably looking in January, around there, where you guys are going to see the beta, the demo, of just plugging in your wallet address, and it's going to show everything. The exciting thing about this, there's probably a lot of managers here actually, and if you're a manager, you understand that you need to insert every single wallet of every single manager, of every single scholar, just to track what they're doing. In Pegaxy, you've got to remember that everything is on chain, but it's all also the entire guild is run from a single wallet. So if you wanted to do this tracking, you have 1,000 Pega in your wallet, for example. I know that sounds like a lot, but there's some crazy managers out there. I think I'm frozen. My bad. But uh, essentially, what you'll do if you're a manager, you'll just go to the dashboard. I'm pretty sure this is going it preliminary, but I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen. You're literally just going to connect your wallet to the website, and it's going to show you the dashboard, every single thing that you need, all of your rented out Pega, how they're performing individually, their results, average, VIS per race, all that type of stuff. It's all going to be automatic. There's going to be literally no work. So that was always the goal, and I think we've solved a massive problem with that as well. Hopefully, something like that happens with Axie in the future. I don't know, but uh, I think you guys are going to be excited. We just need to build the framework because everything's so new. But yeah, that's that.
So there's going to be once the manager dashboard, or at least the beta for manager dashboard release, obviously there's going to be a few more updates, especially when we receive a lot more suggestions from the community. So that's
Mm.
what we would love to tell the community as well. We always listen to all the suggestions that you guys have, especially when it comes to improving the game, because all of us wants the best for
Mhm.
the game as well. And what about market dashboard? Will we be able to see what is the recent Pega sold, or how much
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
most
So
expensive?
there's actually this is a good one. Good question. There's a lot of requests. So one that I always wanted to mention, we obviously definitely see that you guys want to filter by breed count. Like, I see that 1,000%. It's likely going to happen in the next 7 days with the next balance. So yeah, around that update, you're going to see it. But the marketplace, generally, the marketplace is going to have uh, kind of like an overhaul at some point, to where it's far easier to function. You can see a lot more information as well, previous sales, all that type of stuff. Yeah, so that will exist right now. The focus is there's a lot of the devs' time is going into just building the game. So right now we're recruiting more back end devs to build this type of stuff. Um, yeah, and that's about it. That's literally it. You guys would have more stuff if we had more staff. So we're just recruiting very hard, just to make sure that we can get all of this stuff out to you guys. And that's about it. So yeah, just all of the suggestions that you guys put in Discord, trust me, we see. I send it straight to the devs. The breed sort by breed type, breed count, sorry, is super obvious. Like we screwed up on that. That should have been in ages ago. So yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it very soon.
In the breeding tab, correct? We will see how much breeds a specific Pega
Actually,
has in the breeding tab.
I think so. You should be able to see it. I'm hoping at some point we can. So you can, you know how you see like Zan,
Mhm.
they've found in that, and it's up there. But also just like you'd be able to have like a drop down, a filter that is sort by a certain amount of breed count, similar to what Axie does as well. Yeah.
Okay. Now for our next question, and this is going to be the 3D game update.
hmm So I guess we already touched on that, but yes, it'll be towards the end of December. Is the goal.
So as we've mentioned earlier, 3D game will be different from player controls. So if you guys are new to the game, obviously 3D game would just give you a better watch feel in while playing the game, because you won't be able to control it yet, but the game will have a lot of better aesthetics from that point. Now going back to VIS, a lot of speculations that it will keep on growing, and that's the scary thing. A lot
Mhm.
of players are expecting that it will keep on growing and keep on growing. So what do you have to say
Yeah.
about the
Uh,
VIS?
Again, I know a lot of people have joined since I spoke about it earlier, so I won't touch on it too much. But yeah, just I really want you guys to be careful. Like, please, even with PGX, everything, like you guys need to just be very, very careful. This isn't an up always market. Like stuff goes down, you can lose money. That's just a simple fact. And you're dealing with real money here. The numbers on your screen are real money. So just be conscious of that. Please plan it out. Please do your research. Ask the community questions if you need to, or just get into the Discord or get into the paper. Like you need to recognize that there is trends, there is strategy to this. It's not just buy and make money. That's not the scenario. Money. That's not in this situation. So again, yeah, just be careful, please, guys. Like there's no hype. Our intent is genuinely we are never going to hype this thing. We're not gonna go ahead and pay for someone to post about it. We're not gonna go and do paid ads. Like what we've tried to keep this under wraps for so long. It's not even funny. Like we've just tried to keep low key, just
Mhm.
build something, but this thing organically builds like a monster. It just builds,
Everything
and as
has
soon
been
as people
generic
latch onto it, yeah,
since the
like
game
as soon
release.
as the community latches onto it, it just goes stupid. So we've been holding off as much as possible, but unfortunately, we're at that point where people with serious money are gonna start coming in and doing some stuff that you just simply cannot control. So just be careful. I just want to let you guys know that. Please be careful. And then this kind of relates to it, and then we'll get into the community questions. I think.
Mhm.
Um,
Well,
it's regarding what is it?
regarding a lot of
Uh,
people complaining that, I mean, saying that Pegaxy is the new Axie Infinity, considering that we are now ahead of them. So what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, so like I don't want you guys to think that there's any competition there. Like that's not how we function. There's no intent to be the next Axie or whatever. Like we're so inspired by them. They're obviously amazing. Like that's what I want you guys to really have that attitude that this is meant to work hand in hand with Axie. Like we built this we from day one we had the vision that you guys would play Axie and then you would come and play Pegaxy. That was always the goal, because we really wanted to provide more opportunity to you guys. If Axie was something was happening with Axie, if Axie servers were down, you didn't have to depend on Axie. You know, Pegaxy was there as a substitute if you needed it. Like we can do a lot more good if we just work together.
Mhm.
That's all it is. There is no competition here. There's no Pegaxy's trash because Axie is going up, or Axie's trash because Pegaxy's going up. It's none of that. It's literally just you guys have the opportunity to play. One's going up, one's going down right now. Whatever, it doesn't. It'll flip at one point. That's just a simple fact. It's going to flip at one point. And if they're both going up, happy day. If they're both going down, I'm sure everyone will cry anyway. So, just yeah, just don't stress. Please don't create any rivalries between anyone. I just want all just like we have an amazing opportunity for both of them, for both companies. We look up to Axie a lot. We take a lot of inspiration from them. There's no doubt there, like loud and clear. It's just I just want to make sure you guys are on the same boat as well. Us as a team, every single member on our team has come from the Axie side. We don't want you guys to think that there's a rivalry there, that we're just trying to, we don't acknowledge that they don't exist. Like all of you, including us, should know that Axie made this. Axie made this happen. That is just dead facts. So there's no denying that. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that we know that as well.
So basically, the first time I met Corey, he definitely had a lot of respect for Axie Infinity, and I have to mention that I don't think a lot of our players know that information yet. So now you know that Pegaxy has always been a follower for Axie Infinity, because they were the ones who laid the ground for Pegaxy to learn how to improve the system. And yeah, having them both together would essentially give us the benefit of, you know, earning more and helping each other from that point on. So yeah, a question that I was able to see earlier that is, I'm not sure if it's being commented now, but I want to mention this since it is quite something that I was looking forward to as well. And this is regarding the Pegaxy Fabled Tokens. So with PFTs, we can crown Pegas. Do we have an estimate time on when it will be released?
That's a good one. So there's a lot of new people here that probably don't even know it exists. But a Fabled token was done during the initial sale. You got it just by referring a friend who would purchase a Pega. Your Fabled token, you need 5 of them to crown your Pega, but it's not a guaranteed crown. You have roughly about a 40% chance to turn your Pega into a crowned Pega. A crowned Pega can be, I guess, compared to a Mystic Axie. So that was the goal anyway. Now, when we're going to do that, I don't know. What I want actually is to enable you guys to, when you crown your Pega, actually have the Pega look different. So it's a crowned Pega, which is amazing. But when you play the game, I want it to be distinct. If you're racing against a crowned Pega, you know it. And that's the idea anyway. So we're probably not going to allow crowning until then. I think it just builds the suspense as well. We also need to implement Fabled token trading on the marketplace. It is an ERC20 token, so if you are doing peer-to-peer, just be careful. I'm sure one of the middlemen out of the Filipino Discord will be able to assist you guys as well. However, yeah, we will enable it onto the marketplace at some point, then you can trade it. And then you can crown it at some point. It's going to be next year, obviously. But right now we're just creating concepts and then building what the best Pega should look like. Like not performance-wise, but like what is the most grand? What is the most rare Pega? Because there's crowned one, there's crowned, pentacrowned. So it's like there's rarities upon rarities, and each one needs to be different. So at some point we just need to get there, but we need to also design those and make sure that they're cool and the community likes them. So it's a little while away.
So yeah, for now, hold on to your PFTs. Try not to trade them away. Or if you really want to own that Crown Pega as soon as now, it's best to know that you should hold on to that PFT or try to purchase it. But it's kind of too early since, as you've mentioned, we will still be waiting for that aesthetic look. So we will be enjoying that, especially after the 3D release. Definitely something to look forward to. So yeah, now I would let you choose the question from our stream chat. Let's
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
for
I'll just
something
have a
here.
look at some. You guys can drop any questions that you like in the comments. I will try to answer. I mean, feel free to, like, from my side, this is really mostly what I wanted to address. So I appreciate you guys being here. I know there's going to be more questions as well, so I'll answer. I'm probably just going to sit here until the end. The questions start repeating themselves. So feel free to peace out whenever you want. But if you want to know the answers, a bunch of questions in here that people want to know the answers to. So when stadium and benefits, I guess you probably joined the stream late. That's fine. The stadium will be sometime next year. The benefits I didn't actually mention, but hopefully I'm thinking something along the lines of a percentage of the um, rewards from the PGX side of the breeding pool that goes to the community treasury. You'll get a percentage of that based on X, Y, Z. So uh, it'll be possibly in PGX. I'm not too sure, but we will figure it out when the time comes and let you guys know. Another one is Pegaxy ready for fast growth, like examples 20K DAU to 100K, so daily active users. Um, this is interesting. A lot of people did say that because Axie experienced crazy growth. We understand where you're coming from. We did preempt it, so kind of like plan for it. We designed the cooldowns. That's the reason we did it. But this game can't grow exponentially quick overnight because you can't breed 7 times in 2 minutes. You have to wait, and every single person has that enforced in them. So for us, we can see the average amount of Pega that are breeding per day, and then you just essentially need to compound that, and then you can really model the growth. And that's what the team does. So we have more time to prepare and more time to build than what Axie did. And we learnt that from them. Fortunately for them, but unfortunately they go through that where, the game wasn't working for like a week and everyone wanted to kill them. We don't want to go through that. And I think we have planned for it effectively. Hopefully we have. But we're generally prepped for large users, hopefully.
A question that
Um,
I want to at least want you to answer, because a lot of players have this in their mind. Why is renting a Pega so hard? Since we
oh,
have the
good one.
viewers here, I think it's better if you mention this in video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a good one. So a lot of people were saying there's bots on the rental market. To put it into perspective for you guys, the growth in the last 3 days, like it's just been obnoxious. Just the last 3 days, we were sitting at like, I don't know, 11,000 to about 11,000 3 days ago, 11 to 12,000 like website visitors. Um, Generally there's not going to be enough Pega because one person a scholar can race up to 3 Pega alone, and then you've got owners who have 5, and if they're racing them, yeah. So 11,000 is actually pretty wide and not enough Pega. Yesterday there was 24,000 people on the website, and it's only been 3 days. We're breeding at like 500, just over 500 Pega a day. Like the maths doesn't work out. That means it gets harder for you guys to breed. Not to breed, sorry, to rent.
To rent.
So there's genuinely like people sitting there on the rental market. The second it pops up, they click rent. And you guys have to understand they can get up to 3. So if they're renting, they get 1. They go back to that rental on the marketplace and then rent it again. Rent another one. So your competition is a lot. Like there is so much competition. Now I know it seems insane that they get taken in a second, whatever. I understand. It's just the supply and demand ratio. This is where it's important for the guilds to get breeding. Um, I would recommend you guys get very familiar and provide value to these guilds that are growing in Pegaxy. I don't know what it is, what you can provide, some sort of a skill, whatever. Just get in there, get involved, spread positivity, assist them, and they're going to choose you. It's really important that you do that. But then again, if you want to wait, you can wait for the game to mature, say like 30 days. I don't know what's going to happen in 30 days, but I would say there's be a lot more Pega, but there's probably going to be a lot more people waiting. So unfortunately, that's just the situation. That's how supply and demand works. We tried to make it as easy as possible to rent, but when it's easy, like everyone does it. So yeah, it's good for people who want to rent it out. Like I click rent and someone takes it in half a second. that's great. There's never a downtime for my Pega, but for the people trying to get it, very difficult. Great question though. So any information about gear and food? Will we be able to choose the gear for 60 seconds before the race? Mentioned in the roadmap. So things may change. This is the type of thing that may change, and I should mention to you guys that is fluid. Of course, we did have an idea before that, but then certain things like exploits will appear, and we need to be prepared for something like that. So small things, small tweaks will take place where possibly you fit gear to your Pega previous to you joining the race. That type of situation. So yeah, for now, the gear side of things, the food side of things, we'll figure that out. We're not exactly sure which route that's going to go down. The team is obviously looking into it, but we just need to make sure that you don't want to be versing people who have strategically planned to only enter certain stadiums because it suits their Pega. That's what you don't want. I know no one wants that because it's disadvantage. It'll disadvantage you. So yeah.
I do have a question in mind. Will we ever have the opportunity to have a time wherein the Pega owners, like for example, a guild. This is more on Discord, by the way. So since we are having a lot of guilds recently, especially inside the Discord server, what do these guilds have? Like, would they be able to get a role, something to know, or at least to let
Yeah.
all the other people know that they are legitimate, they are the top guild, at least in terms of having the numbers of Pegas available. So yeah, at least this is
Yeah, that's a
for
good one.
those listeners out there that has
It's
a
funny.
guild.
Sai is probably watching this right now. And we discussed this last night. So there's going to be like at some point, I'm not saying right now, it'll probably just start in Discord. But there's going to be verification for guilds and guild owners. That'll be integrated to the website somehow, but there's going to be like guild rankings, so guild leaderboards, all that type of stuff. Yeah, so you would just be able to recognize a guild by, it's a diamond guild. If it has 50 Pega, it doesn't matter how many scholars you have. This comes down to Pega, because of the way the system works. But if you got 50 Pega, you're a bronze. If you got 150, you're a silver. 300 gold, and then you got 2,500 or something like that. You might be a Hall of Fame guild, that type of situation. So you'll have certain ranks. It'll be obvious. It'll all be public as well. This is the cool thing, guys, that because it's all tracked, because it's all like on chain and planned, we can see how many Pega they have in a single account, and then you can verify it. Like you can't fake how many Pega is in your wallet. Like we know which ones are real. So if they've got 2,500 Pega, they obviously sit in the Hall of Fame level. If they drop below that, their rank will drop. Whatever. But yes, there will be ranking systems for the guild so that you guys can compete and people can verify how many Pega they actually have in their guild, because there's not going to be 10 different wallets for the Pega. Generally, they're going to have one wallet. However, if they do have multiple, we will have a system where you're able to link it. That not straight away, but you will be able to at some point be able to, say I've got this wallet, and this wallet that hold different Pega. Yeah. Okay.
I will let you choose the next one.
Do we have a way to communicate with the owner of the Pega
Ooh.
that you rented? This is a good one.
Mhm.
No. I guess that was kind of the point of the public rental, so you don't need
Oh
to
yeah,
talk to
true.
them. Direct rental, it's from your guild, so we don't want to get too involved with it. Like we leave it quite open. We've got certain cooldowns that will be introduced where you can't like take advantage of rent 3 and then give them back, blah blah blah, waste a manager's time or take advantage of the rental system. Really, it's meant to be an automated, stress-free system for the managers or the owners, I should say, who are not interested in being managers. So the communication probably will not be there. And if you want to communicate with someone, join a guild. That's the way we look at it. Speaking, in the actual game itself may take place during a race. If you want to talk some smack, I did mention it on another video, but maybe we will introduce that. I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of smack talking, and I don't want it to be like, you know, toxic Call of Duty, Dota stuff, but you know, yeah.
Try to maintain it as much as possible as well. So a lot of the questions that I've been seeing here are already available, especially for the food or the name change ones. It's available in our white paper, so I suggest checking it out. But it will be updated as well if there is an outdated information. Yeah, but most of the questions that I'm seeing lately when it comes to food and gear is already available in the white paper, so you guys could check it out.
Okay, and then I did see another one in regards to terms of service. So, terms of service, banning, all that type of stuff. Good question. We're very fluid right now. We're watching everything. Thank you so much for you guys who are reporting it, of course. We're not at the DAU where it needs to be a fully automated system. So we can see trends of what someone is doing generally. You know, it's not instantly, and it needs a while to confirm it. However, generally, we're able to identify trends. In the terms of service, if violated, of course, we will take action. It's pretty simple. The terms of service is not always going to be crystal clear. We will do the best that we can, but new exploits come up all the time. We just can't plan for everything. So we just need to watch our personal backs, just so that we can prepare for those if we need to amend it in the future or we need to mold it in some way, because that also protects you guys. You don't want the exploiters to, you know, have an advantage over blah blah. So yeah, that's the way that we take it. In regards to banning, we do have the ability right now to handle it case by case, because we do plan to maintain this level of support all the way through to, you know, 5 million DAU. Our support team is going to keep growing exponentially at all times. So you're always going to have the ability to talk to someone. We always want to make sure that if you do want to speak to someone, you've got someone there 24/7, able to assist you really with whatever it is. So hopefully we can remain fluid always, but I think in the future it's just going to get a little bit over the top. And there may be banning waves that you've experienced in Axie, and if we make mistakes and you've got evidence, of course, then we will listen to you. But for now, I wouldn't stress too much. There's a
PGX
couple of
doesn't burn,
things
by the
like,
way. Sorry.
what was that?
PGX doesn't burn. I keep seeing a question that gets spammed, that there is an oversaturation for PGX, and are there any possible burning mechanics for PGX? Number one is PGX doesn't burn, it recirculates. So I suggest reading the white paper for this one. Yeah.
Good question. Good question. Yeah, that's a great one. So, any other yeah, I see that burning mechanisms for PGX. No, PGX is the governance token. This is the easiest way for you guys who them to recognize how it works. PGX, AXS, VIS, SLP. They're not identical. They work in many cases quite differently, and they will react differently because our ecosystem is different. So yeah, just consider that. Yeah. Okay. For the marketplace, I see sold Pega for the day. Yes, we will introduce update for the marketplace at some point. The team are already working on. They've got a big pile of stuff that they will introduce to the marketplace. Will there be a possible consideration for the Bloodline exclusive matchmaking? Bloodline exclusive matchmaking. Interesting one. I'm not sure yet. We want to exclude Bloodlines from the entire the way the mechanisms for the racing does work anyway. So yeah, Bloodlines shouldn't matter too much. I mean, in the future we may do it if you really wanted to, but right now it's not something that really probably will happen. Some of the results that you see at the moment are independent of Bloodline, but in the future it's going to be very, very independent. Okay.
What about
Minimum
this question? Oh wait, sorry. Please do.
Go ahead.
You first.
Minimum percentage for share profit rental. So this is a good one as well. I'll touch on this quickly. But no, likely not. I understand that there is very low ones. But we don't want to control your guys' assets. We don't want to restrict you to that level. If someone wants to rent it for that much, that's on them. The community can actively decide not to rent a 5% share. That they can do that. But we don't want to limit someone to what they can do when they're renting it out on the platform, if you know what I mean. I think that's fair. You go ahead, Wes.
That was actually the question that I wanted you to answer because it's been
Goodness.
bothering me as well. So how about this one? How about, oh wait, data usage is there
Um,
some
there
words?
was I saw someone was repeating one a few times, asking me to, uh, yeah, when 3D gameplay comes out. How about data usage? I mean, I can't tell you much about data usage. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna, like it might take some data, It's on the internet. So I mean, just prepare to spend data.
Okay,
I don't know.
so
We're trying to go as light as possible, but again, it's gonna spend data just
mm,
using the website. It's on the internet. So
for
yeah.
sure. I've been seeing a different type of question, but basically it falls down to the same thing. Are there any plans on giving VIS for losing Pegas during a race? Or at least for the 4th to 12th positions? These are the questions that are, rephrased
Good question.
differently.
Good question. No. The reason is it's not charity. This is not charity. Um, Simple as that, really. Like, what's the point? You can just mindlessly play the game and earn VIS. That's you want to
Mm,
win. You know what I mean? Like, it should be down to luck. Um, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, we will likely never introduce an easy way to earn VIS that that is like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just so easy to farm. So we will not go down that route. I guess that's the simple answer. I see another one here from Nathan. He's like, PGX is only 0.07% of first breeding total cost. Make PGX more useful. Nathan, I would probably check out the white paper. PGX is a governance token. Its main use case is governance. It
mm.
doesn't need another use case. That's its use case. We put it in there just to get some more circulating, to give it a use case, really. But at the end of the day, the simple fact is, if its utility is governance, that's all it really needs to do. So in the future, when we do take that route, that will be its use case. But for now, the ecosystem is dependent on VIS, and that's just how it's going to be. And I think it's working okay right now because we haven't got a million DAU and our servers aren't broken. So yeah.
A lot of
And then
questions
PGX,
have been.
we're not trying to pump PGX, by the way. As I said earlier, we're not trying to make PGX $19 tomorrow.
Mm.
And then your renting is really expensive because you actually do need to buy the PGX. You can't earn it. So of course we're not going to do that.
How about this one, boss? How did you prepare for the Pega saturation? Like, what is happening with Axie now? Anyone can just breed, sell, play Axies at will, so there is an enormous generation of SLP without proper way of burning it. That is why its value goes down. Well, number one, we have a lot of burning mechanisms in game.
Yeah.
If you check the white paper for VIS, it's provided there. So aside from that, what else do you think,
I
boss?
I think maybe they're talking about like Pega syncs. This is what I was talking about at the
Mm-hmm.
start of the video. So um we have ideas for Pega syncs. Now, some of you guys may not agree with it, but things are going to have to come into place where your Pega probably dies, or becomes unuseful on the game. So uh, there's either going to be voluntary or it wears down. We're not sure yet. However, we're nowhere near that. You know what I mean? There's just
Mm.
simply not enough Pega right now. Like, Axies are so cheap, Pega are like $2,000 on the floor. That is ridiculous. So we're so far away from that we don't really need to think about it. Plus, we have the cooldown mechanism, which extends it even further than Axie. Axie only just got to that point right now where there's a lot of Axies, and they have up to 7 breeds in a minute. You know what I mean? So it like ours requires at minimum 7 days to breed a full Pega. Go check out the Zarn cooldown. It's gonna take you a damn month or something, literally.
That's true.
So yeah, we've got a while before something like that is required. However, initially, likely it's going to be voluntary. My preliminary idea is that this may not happen, but I think it would be pretty cool. When we do the stadium sale, we go to you guys. If you want more stadiums for sale, you need to burn 1,500 Pega. If the community gets together and burns 1,500 Pega, then another stadium will be for sale, or another 10 stadiums will be for sale. That type of situation. Now, that's just random numbers off my head. Like it will probably be more. But yes, that's a situation where it would be voluntary. You don't need to if you don't want to, but if you want the opportunity to earn more Pega, uh, earn more or own more stadiums, I should say, then that's a route. That's a route that we could take, and it's up to you guys if you want to do it. If not, whatever. You
By the
don't need
way,
to.
what about?
For
I
now,
have
we'll
a
go by the
question.
way.
If
Mhm.
you wouldn't mind, what is the difference between phase one player control racing and phase two?
So phase one is going to be like yeah, this is a good question. So initially the player controlled is just going to be something like in the phase one is going to be a boost, a slow down another Pega and speed up yours, that type of situation. So very basic ones that still require strategy. You got to use them at the right time. You know, you got to hit someone, you got to slow them down while they're boosting, that type of situation. In the future, our goal has always been Mario Kart. Well, in our inspiration, sorry, has always been Mario Kart. So where you literally control the Pega. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen. Like, I don't design the game or the mechanics. That's up to the team. But uh, that's the direction that we want to go. But initially, where it's going to be player controlled is strategy. You need to boost at the right time. You need to slow someone down at the right time. You need to change lane, whatever. It's all going to come down to that. So yeah. And yes, I see a question here. Will 3D be toggleable? I don't know how to say that, but yes, you can switch between 2D and 3D. I'm pretty sure. That was always the
That
plan in
should be
case
good.
your device can't handle it. Yes,
Okay.
I've seen this question like 100 times. Is Pegaxy too early for a VIS burning mechanism? I don't even know what you mean by that. How do you breed? Of course, it gets burnt. I'm not sure what you're asking, but
Mm.
we do have the other burning mechanisms, but they're not out yet. I mean, like we need to build the game first, and we still don't have enough VIS. That's why it's pumping so crazy. So yeah, VIS burning mechanisms are not an. We're good. Everyone, chill on the VIS burning.
Okay. What
We're
about
good,
this,
unless you
boss?
want VIS to be $3. Then sure.
When a player interface comes, will the Pegas-based stats be shown, or are you not gonna show the base stats because it will fluctuate the Pegas price?
So in the you won't see the base stats for a while. Yeah,
Mm.
let's just say that. Like, um, likely not until like player controlled, where it's like manually human player controlled, not phase one. So yeah, not for a while. Not for a while. When retro sound effects, this is a good one. I did see it a few times. So sound effects. We actually had the beta in sound effects before we used it. We had sound effects, but I don't know why they're not on there. So I might ask them why it's not on there. But yeah, I think maybe they want to do more testing, get cooler sounds. But it was kind of nice. There's some sounds out there, and if you guys really want it, maybe I'll ask them. I see people talking about the price of VIS. They want it at like 30 cents or $3. I mean,
That would be.
we have no influence on that. Like that's on
Mhm.
you guys. If you really want it that high, that's cool. But as you can imagine, the higher it goes, the more selling pressure. Like this is just make sure that you educate yourself on how this stuff works. Please, before you speculate, because you're gonna get wrecked. You need to understand the mechanics of it. Uh, because at that price, yeah,
Will the founding
wouldn't be good.
Pegas have distinct features? I think this was mentioned before.
Yeah, so,
Definitely.
like Crowned, we do want to make Founding as well stand out. And we also wanna make each bloodline look unique. There's a lot to design, to be honest with you. There's, like, the Pegas are all what you see now is cool, and you distinguish them by their wings, but, I think in the future, what you see is going to be very different. I don't know how far in the future, but they're gonna look different. Yeah, for sure. You'll be able to identify them easily. Is there a this is a good one. Is there a ranking system like Axie? Yes, you guys are going to see probably this month. I'm not sure, but the introduction of something called classes. The way this works is essentially based on performance. The top 20 of the of all people basically will go up to what's called class 2. So it will essentially remove the top performers from the lower performers. Now this is going to give the lower performers obviously, but it also gives the much more a much more difficult scenario when racing. However, when you go upper class, the rewards are higher. So literally, basically, everyone's going to be bouncing in between all the time. You're going to be in class 2 some days. You're going to be in class other days, and you can always bounce in between depending on your daily results. Remember, you're not in control of that. So if you're chilling at the top for like 3 days, happy days. But you're also versing people in class 2 who are on a streak as well, which again mixes it all up. So yeah, there's going to be a ranking system. You're going to earn more as you go up, but it also gets harder. And then you can just bounce back down, and then you're back in with the same people. So yeah, I guess it will make a little bit more sense later. We'll do tutorials on it, but you're not in control of it anyway, so don't stress. How much is a stadium? We don't know. It's too early for that. Can anyone buy it? Probably. How much will it cost? I don't know. It's too early.
Will charts
Um,
be or will there be charts for VIS minted daily?
yeah. So there's going to be like a mint and burn ratio. Like the community, I believe, can make these now. Like it's good to go. I believe it's all on chain anyway. So you guys are able to make these websites that you see in Axie as well. It's available. Someone just needs to build them. We've got a backend one where we're tracking things, so we know you guys can build it as well. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just going to come in a matter of time. Don't stress. If someone builds it, happy days. I'll let you guys know. Uh, Power Plays Guild represent. Shout out to Power Plays Guild. Shout out to RDG. Happy days.
So most
Is
of the
there
questions here are quite repeated now. Would you add USDC, BUSD? Would you add?
Good one. Yeah, so possibly USDC in the future. We're not too sure. USDC seems to have a bit more compatibility with Polygon. But right now USDT is just chilling, so it seems all right. But maybe USDC in the future. I'm not too sure. I see another one here that is about tournaments. Maybe. Right now it doesn't even make sense. Like you can't compete. Like how it's literally just watching Pega's race, and if you
Mm-hmm.
win, you had good luck. So yeah, I mean, maybe you guys want that, but right now I don't think it's going to be too crazy, too exciting. Um, PGX staking like AXS. You can stake PGX right now on Kyber
DMM.
DMM
Yeah.
with bonuses. You can also stake VIS. It's like a 300% gain. It changes every single day, but you got like a 300% APY last
APY.
time I saw it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, you guys can do this already. It's available. I believe they even have a system called like a Zap system where you can provide the VIS, and you don't even need the USDT on the other half. So yeah, it makes it easier. Whereas usual staking, you will need both halves. Is there an airdrop for those who participated in the VIS buyback event? Maybe in the future. Yeah, I mean, we have notes of everyone who did support it. So I mean, I don't see why not. I actually thought it's funny you say that. I thought of that today. I was like, that would be pretty cool to reward them in the future. But I mean, don't get ahead of
Mm-hmm.
yourself for airdrops. Let's just chill a little bit. Um,
No.
can Daddy Corey sing? Absolutely not.
will the founding owners get early access of early beta mobile release and desktop 3D release? It will be available for everyone at the same time, right?
Yeah, so maybe in the future we'll do stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's very possible. But right now it's just too tight. Like it's already December. The end. Christmas is in like 17 days or something. Like
A
what
few more
is
days.
going on? Ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So we don't have much time. So there's probably not going to happen on this one, but in a future iteration, it's very possible that you guys who own foundings will get early access. Yeah, I don't rule that out for sure. Can we change the name of a Pega for free the first time, especially those Pegas that we bought in the market? It would be great to align the name of the Pega in the same guild. You're going to be paying VIS. That was always the plan. If you don't want to change it, if you don't want to spend VIS, that's on you. But you will have to pay to change. There will be a pay to change color as well.
As well, yeah.
So
Using food.
yeah, correct. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Um, Oh, sorry. Yeah, Shillbill is right. Can supply for the LP, not staking. That's my bad. You can add to the liquidity pool, not staking.
LP,
I
yeah.
apologize. And Shillbill, shout out to him by the way. He is exceptional video on YouTube. He's in our Discord, so you can just probably just tag him. I think it's just like at Shillbill or something. But he has a very good video explaining how you guys really need to understand like stuff works. You really need to watch his video, how the mechanics and other things affect VIS and the PGX price before you make certain moves. So definitely look out for his video.
Helper role. Moderators give you any help any day. So yeah, you don't have to look for a helper role in Discord. You can ask any question anytime.
Yeah, we got 24/7 moderators, so you guys can ask anytime, no problem. Shout out Paul. I don't actually know how to say that. I just type it like I know what I'm talking about. Shout out
Careful making shoutouts.
XELA01.
Okay.
Yep. Any centralized exchange listings soon? Good question. Probably not. We're not focused on getting onto exchanges right now. I mean, you guys have easy access to it on Kyber DMM. It's so easy. Connect your wallet and swap it. That's it. I mean, it takes 2 seconds. So probably not focused on it right now. Centralized exchange, of course, it might bring more volume, attention, but we can't handle any of that right now. We're at full capacity anyway. And it's probably just going to pump the token price. So, I mean, if you guys want the token price to pump, sweet. But, I mean, we're not focused on that, to be honest with you. Kyber DMM is working perfectly fine right now.
So, boss, do we have any other announcements that we want to make? Or would you like to choose any other questions here? Since I've been seeing a lot of questions here that has been answered already. If you want to answer a few more, or
Yeah, we'll answer a couple of more. I've got I can't think of anything from my side. I just really want you guys to be careful. I appreciate you guys sitting here so long with
actually,
us.
we have an all-time high for our viewers. We had at least 1,000 earlier. I'm not sure if you saw it, but we had 1,000 earlier. So we
Good
broke our
stuff.
record.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't see the viewers, but it's fine. I appreciate everyone coming on. That's amazing. So yes, it's pretty obvious the direction that is happening right now. What is happening right now, the Axie guilds are really catching on and realizing what has been built, the systems that have been built. So yeah, it's just an interesting time. It's a dangerous time, but it's also a potentially fruitful time. But just chill, be part of the community. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I'll look for a couple of more questions and then I won't bore you guys anymore. I'm sorry, this Pega Insider is not like a usual Pega Insider. Usually we're like pretty pumped up and like
A lot of
doing a
leaks.
doing a yeah, a leak or something like that. But this is just really to make sure that
Inform.
you guys get the information that you want to know because stuff's moving really quick, but also to make sure that you guys don't get wrecked. If crypto.com was an early investor, are they bringing anything else to the table? Good question. Crypto.com is an amazing supporter, actually. The reason we like them a lot is for the simple fact of how much money they put into getting their name out there. They're an amazing brand. Like, they probably are the number one. And then close behind might be FTX with general branding. So as you could imagine, being supported by crypto.com for one, just even the name itself, it is valuable to us. Of course, like, that they may not be recognized as, Alameda Research or something like that, some big VC firm, but that was never their intent either. Their intent is just to get the word crypto familiar with people, and we thought that was important because the people that are coming also not crypto natives, and crypto.com's marketing is not to crypto natives. So if they're seeing crypto.com, they see crypto.com on our website, it's obvious that's going to be a good situation for us, and hopefully we can make them some money through their investment
Here's
as
an
well.
amazing final question, boss. Is
Sure,
RNG
sure.
racing avail? Will RNG racing still be available once player control is out?
Good question. I mean, probably not. Like, our goal again. This goes back to the early support, but we never intended to be a competitor to Zrun. We were always going to be player controlled, because we believe that the amount that you earn needs to be dependent on skill. The people with the most skill, the people who invest the most time, the people who understand the mechanics should get paid the most. That is just a simple fact, and that's how real life works. And if we want this economy to work, there should be no charity. If you want to earn it, you can go ahead and earn. Now that's important for us to, I guess, balance it or make a good game. So when it comes to player controlled, to make sure that everyone does have a fighting chance. But yes, that's something for the future. But again, it's likely there will be, when there's player controlled, there's not going to be RNG. It's just not the thesis of the game.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who are good at this get paid the most, earn the most, and
Best
the
way to do it.
scholars. Yeah, like, you're going to have competition between the guild for players who are the best. You know what I mean? Like, if you have an amazing scholar, they're going to be getting offers from other guilds. So you need to make sure that you pay them well. And that's how it should always be. The best guilds with the best players are going to get recognized the most. That's just how it should be. I personally believe anyway. It's all dependent on you, on us, and your skill, matters. Will there be filters in the marketplace for breed counts? Yes. For sure. Okay, I think most of it is
Answer now.
Ethereal Guild. Shout out to Ethereal Guild, RDG,
Shout out to all the
Crypto
guilds there.
C, yeah, PXL. I see all of you guys. Like, you guys are amazing. I really, really, really do appreciate the guild so much. Um, it and a lot of people are not familiar with guilds, but you can be two people in a guild. I just want to let you guys know you don't need to have
Mem-
10,000 peg. Like, it can just be you and a friend in a guild. Like, go and rep a guild. That's what I want you guys to do. Just be a part of it. So yeah, Pax Guild. Shout out to Pax Guild, Solo Guild, Vendel Guild, CBG, ZD Guild, CMA. I'm just saying letters right now. ABC. Shout out ABC Guild.
If there's a
XYZ.
one,
Let's go.
shout out to West Guild if there's a
Actually,
one. And the
where's
Daisy
Guild?
Daisy Simp Guild, Korea
There
Simp
it
Guilds,
is.
yeah, to everyone. DDG,
DDG.
TCG. Yeah, thank you so much
Love it.
for hanging around until the end of the Pega Insider. Do we have a date for Pega Insider 4?
No.
Not yet.
Probably like we'll probably just do it in January after you guys have all of the releases. I'm not really There's not much of a Christmas for us, because we have to keep building. So yeah, you'll probably see us very early January in the new year, Christmas. Again, we appreciate you so much for supporting. I actually cannot believe how big this is getting this fast, and we've literally done nothing except just play the game. So you guys are
Generic
amazing.
growth, yeah. Amazing
It's just
guilds.
it's just incredible organic growth. So let's keep it up. Positivity, guys. Please support each other. Please help new players come in. Jump into the Discord. Be active. Like, you guys are the foundation builders. We're not even like, we're not big. It's going enormous. We
NMG
already
as
know
well.
that. It's just a matter of time. What was that?
NMG. It's a guild. It's a guild.
Okay, shout out NMG Guild. But yes, we're going big. That's just the easiest. We know the direction. We know what happens when there's a game that looks like. So you guys are early. I know that sounds crazy, but you
NSGG
guys
as
are
well.
early. Then yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I can really say.
Thank you so
Support each
much
other.
for being a part of Pega Insider 3. Let's hope for a new amazing things. Let's see you again next time. Boss, do you have anything to say?
Love you guys.
All right. We love you guys. Hope to see you guys again next time. And peace. Sorry if we don't have any leaks for now, but we will see you again. And you can hope for a better leak next time. So here we go. Goodbye, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good sleep.
Bye.